Have you ever felt like your animal came into your life for a reason, not just as a companion, but as if they were here for your healing? And that's what I want to talk about today. Hi, I'm Fabienne, healing pets and their people together. Because sometimes we think we choose our pets, right? And I hear that often when people choose an animal at the shelter or with a breeder. But what if, on a soul level, we chose each other long before we met to walk through healing together? In my work with people and their animals, I often talk about soul contracts, spiritual agreements our souls make before this lifetime to support one another's growth. And there are many kinds of contracts: teacher contract, teaching, guardian, catalyst, and many more. But today, I want to talk about one that touches most of us quite deeply, and that's the healing contract. So, a healing contract is a shared promise between two souls to help each other return to wholeness. And ideally, it shows up through love, comfort, but sometimes it can show up through challenge. Like your dog mirrors your anxiety, or your cat withdraws when you shut down emotionally. Or let's take the horse that holds all that tension that matches your own. And this is not coincidence. It's also not behavior. It's communication. It really is communication. Our animals sense what is stuck in our emotional field, and they reflect it back. And sometimes with such purity that we can finally see it. Well, hopefully, and when this happens, it's an invitation not to fix them, but to take the U turn instead and to look within. Many of my clients notice that when they begin releasing old trauma loops or emotions that were frozen in time, their animals shift right alongside them. And this is what I love about approaches like, well, any somatic healing approaches, but in particular about Ruko therapy, because this is what I offer, it's what I love. It helps uncover those hidden emotional imprints and beliefs that keep repeating, looping really, so the healing can happen at its origin, at the root, right within you. And as you free your own energy, your animal feels it too. And that's the beauty of a healing contract. It's never one sided, they change right alongside you. And I've seen it with my own animals again and again. When I started working on boundaries, for example, and this really was not my strong suit. My dog, when I started and progressed a little, my dog could stop barking at like everything under the sun. And then my beautiful dog companion realized that now finally I got it, that I had it all together again, or at least a good part, an important part, that I could actually say no and mean it and hold it. She could start to relax. She could start to trust me again, and she could take a step back, be dog again, and let me take the lead at times. And that was really, really important for my own development, but also for our relationship together. And of course, she still barks when the postman rings, for example. She still barks. I mean, she's a dog and she loves him. She loves the postman when he comes and she wants some cuddles from him. But the moment he rings the doorbell, she barks. And that's a territorial bark. That's not what we're talking about. But she stopped barking at like random people in random situations or what seemed to be random. Of course, she was protecting and she kept the people away because she thought I couldn't. She sensed that my boundaries were so porous and so weak, and she felt she had to step in, and she did that with barking and with like pretending she was this big dangerous dog, and it created a lot of frustration in me, in her, and for our relationship. And once I got my boundaries intact again, she would just stop doing that. There was no need for her to do that anymore. So on a soul level, she showed me where I had things to learn. And once I did, she started to lean back. No training, no, I don't know what, nothing. Just me taking the invitation to look within at what needs changing. So if your animal shows behavior that puzzles or frustrates you, Pause before judging. Take a breath and ask instead, what are we healing together? At the moment you ask, the contract begins to unfold with more grace, a lot more grace, I promise. Because healing through our animal or your animal isn't about fixing what's broken, it's about remembering love, yourself, your wholeness. It's a coming home, basically, and a beautiful one. And if you're curious whether you and your animal share this kind of soul contract, I created a free guide called the Emotional Mirror Checklist. And it helps you recognize the emotional patterns you and your companion may be carrying together and offers the first steps to begin shifting that energy consciously. And you can download it through the link below or in bio or on my website. And remember, your animal's love is not random. Thank you for listening and give your beautiful companion an extra hug from me today.